Okay, we're on our way to Mexico. This is our new clinic. You're gonna like it. About 7,000 square feet. We're talking dental, stem cells, medical, detoxing, corrective chiropractic, neurologic. I mean, this is amazing. And it's basically, you get on the Highway 5, head south to 805 to the last US exit. I'm gonna show you where to park and everything else. If you're taking a rental car, you can't drive rental cars into Mexico. If you're going to take your car, you have to get Mexican insurance, and that it costs around $20 a day. Or you park at the parking lot, and that costs around $25 a day. And we have 2 shuttles that pick you people up from the parking lot. So there's lots of ways to get there. If you're coming international or far away, you can fly directly into Tijuana Airport. We're about 15 minutes away from there. Or you can fly into San Diego. But I'm going to take you on the coast route. When you're timing, you're leaving. The clinic opens at 9. To leave, say, Orange County area, you're going to be leaving here around 6 in the morning, 6:15, and you'll get down right before the clinic opens. Okay, I like getting early. If you leave around 7 or so, you're going to be hitting traffic outside of San Diego, and that might be a little bit long. We're also going by one of the most bizarre spots ever. Okay, and you'll see it. It's been in a couple of movies, but check this out. It's a nuclear plant that is no longer functional. It worked for about 20 years, and now we have a beach that'll be radioactive for about 10,000 years. In about 1,000 years, that'll be really good beachfront property, cheap. That's nuts. Okay, now we're coming up to a junction, so take a look at this. 805 and 5. If you take 5, downtown means downtown San Diego. So you can go to San Diego, go to restaurants, whatever you want, but you want to stay on 805 to get the most direct route to Tijuana. So stay on 805, it's fastest, and you get here, leaving Orange County, hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, unless you drive really, really fast and really, really early. So now I want you to look at the sign. That's the last US exit, and just keep pointing this direction. You're going to see it actually says the last US exit. And this is where, if you're driving down or driving a rental car, or you don't want to get the Mexican insurance, I'm going to show you the parking lot where to stop. On this exit, and I'm going to show you, off to the right is where the parking lot is. So that's the parking lot where you're going to park in. So that's the parking lot where you're going to stop at. It costs around $25 a day. And this area in front of the parking lot where that white van is, we have 2 vans a day that come in there. That's where you would stay and wait. Now, if you get here early, like I always do, I'm going to show you a cool coffee house that you can stop at. Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf is off to the right. You'll see it right there. You can get a good cup of organic coffee. Then you're going to point straight ahead. This is the entrance to Mexico, the walking entrance. That's where you'd walk through. And you can get a visa there. If you're taking the vans over, they will stop and get you a visa. Doing this little roundabout here. That's the border fence there. But this, off to the right-hand side, is where you walk in. Now I'm going to drive you through. Now you'll see Mexico only. Can't miss it. We have 2 vans a day. They start picking people up around 8:30. So I'd recommend, if you want to get here early, because that way you'll beat the traffic, it's way easier. Get a cup of coffee, walk across. When you walk across, or if you do, there's a bunch of taxis right there. Just say Grand Hotel. It should cost around $5 in taxi-free US and about a $2 tip. And super easy, just say Grand Hotel. Taxi will take you right there. And I'm going to walk you through on how to get from the hotel to our 7,000 square foot facility. Now we're through the border, okay, through the American checkpoint, and they're checking for export laws. So you can't take firearms or money over $10,000, which is good. If you got guns, leave them at home. Do not take them here. But now here, we're through the border. So you're going to see Central Zona Rio. So that's the river zone in the center. And you're going to go over this first bridge on the left-hand side. There's a lot of ways to get to the Grand Hotel, which is right, there's two giant buildings. One's for residents or people that can rent a hotel room, and the other one is where the offices are, and we're on the bottom floor. What you're looking for is Paseo de los Heroes. Think of like Heroes Avenue. So you don't go to Rita or Ensenada. You'll see right over here, stay to the right. There it is. Paseo de los Heroes. And you're going to see some cool things. Okay, so now, and you're going to pass 3 statues. Okay, the first one is Edward Scissorhands. Then we have an Aztec warrior or Mayan warrior. And then we pass Abraham Lincoln, who is honored down here. And then we pass a person riding a horse. So we're coming up to the roundabouts. And there's 4 roundabouts that you go through. This first one, and you'll see why Edward Scissorhands kind of comes to mind. And this one actually has a stoplight. So you got to stop and wait for the green. And be courteous when you're driving down here. And the neat part is there's not a lot of horn honking. Even though people are cutting other people off, it's more acceptable. So you just keep going around the roundabout, and you're going to be going straight around the roundabout right through to the next side. And you do stop for pedestrians if they're in the crosswalk. Boy, that was almost like on cue. You do stop for pedestrians in the crosswalk, and bam, a pedestrian. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'd recommend getting in the second lane, so this way you're in the appropriate lane for the roundabout. You'll see the warrior. Look at the Obsidian Club. Isn't that cool? Okay, I mean, that's a regal guy. And again, don't get in the far left-hand lane. This lane, you have the option, and you'll see people on the right are going to be cutting off, and that's standard. You don't need to honk or anything. There's Abe. Look at him holding the shades, baby. Yeah, man, that's when presidents were real presidents. The next statue is really cool because the horse points the way to the road you want to take. Bam! There's the horse rider. Okay, now the horse is pointing to the road that you want to take. On this one, you want to stay in the middle lane. The left-hand lane has a turning thing up here, and you don't want to get stuck behind them. It also goes straight, so you know what? I'm going to go in here. And then the road dead ends into the road that we want to be on. This is Hot Water Avenue. Avenida Agua Caliente. See, this is right where this road splits into 2 big roads, and they both go one direction, so it's impossible to get lost from here on out. And if you look at the 2 big buildings there, that's where we're going. The one on the right, the big black one, that's the hotel, and the one on the left is where the offices are. Now, we're going to point right up here into the front, and we're going to be parking down here in the parking lot, but that's the entrance to the hotel. That's where the taxi cab will let you off.